All right, ready to dive deep. We're breaking down Ryan Moran's 12 months to $1 million. And just to be clear, this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme.
No, not at all. It's really about giving you the tools and strategies you need to build a thriving online business, a business that lasts. We're talking about real mechanics here.
Exactly, and maybe, just maybe, hit that magic $1 million mark along the way.
Right. Absolutely. The principles in this book apply whether you're aiming for six figures or shooting for the moon. What's fascinating is how the entrepreneurial landscape is constantly evolving, creating new opportunities all the time.
It's like how everything online seems dominated by these huge companies now.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Even with those giants, there's always a new wave emerging. Think back to the early days of blogging. Then boom, social media explodes. And then the rise of Amazon FBA. Every wave brought incredible opportunities.
For those who are ready to ride it, so it's not like game over just because someone's already big.
Not even close. In fact, those big players often need what you, as an agile entrepreneur, bring to the table.
Hold on, seriously. Why would these massive companies need us little guys?
Think about it. Massive companies are built for stability, not always speed. They struggle to innovate as quickly as nimble startups.
I see. They get kind of stuck in their ways.
Exactly. Take Kimberly-Clark, the company behind Kleenex and Cottonelle. They've been known to acquire smaller brands just for their ability to adapt quickly, to innovate.
So not only can we build something incredible, but there might be a built-in exit strategy there. That's motivating.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it highlights something crucial. Your success isn't just about the product itself, but WHO you choose to serve. Even in a crowded market, like, say, the coffee industry, success often comes down to what Ryan calls identity marketing.
Okay, let's unpack that. Identity marketing, what's that all about?
It's going beyond those generic demographics, connecting with your audience on a much deeper level, their values, aspirations, even their lifestyle.
So it's like really understanding your customer.
Precisely. A great example is Black Rifle Coffee. They don't just sell coffee. They've built a brand that resonates deeply with a specific customer. Gun owners. They're not trying to be everything to everyone. They've laser focused on a specific identity, and that is a big part of their success.
That makes a lot of sense. You need to stand out, connect with your people. So how do we go from this big picture idea of identity marketing to actually figuring out our own niche?
That's where things get really interesting. Ryan provides a framework for pinpointing that perfect customer and crafting a product that speaks directly to their needs.
So we've got this exciting idea, we understand identity marketing, but how do we go from that to an actual product?
That's where Ryan's advice gets super practical.
Yeah.
He emphasizes that the first step isn't perfecting a product, it's about pinpointing that perfect customer.
It's like find your people before you have something to sell them.
Precisely. He guides entrepreneurs through three crucial questions. First, who do you serve? And I don't just mean basic demographics. Ryan stresses digging deep into their psychographics, their values, their pain points, their aspirations.
So it's like painting a rich picture of this person, understanding their lifestyle, their challenges, even what websites they're browsing.
Exactly. He even suggests creating a detailed profile, going beyond the superficial to uncover what makes them tick. Then the second question, what is your gateway product?
Gateway product. Okay, I like the sound of that. What does that mean exactly?
It's about identifying that one irresistible product that draws your ideal customer in. But it goes further than that. Ryan also says, map out the 3-5 additional products they'd naturally want next.
Ah, so you're curating a product line that grows with them, not just hoping something sticks.
You got it. This keeps you focused. Avoid spreading yourself too thin. Now, the third question Ryan asks is there proven demand?
Makes sense. No point pouring your heart into something nobody wants.
Exactly. And this is where good old-fashioned market research comes in. Ryan says, look at what's already working. Analyze your competitors.
So less reinventing the wheel, more like making sure people actually want this thing.
Exactly. Your competitors can be your best teachers. Their successes prove there's a hunger for what you're offering within that niche.
That's smart. Take some of the guesswork out of it. Are there any like real-world examples that show this in action?
Absolutely. Look at RXBIR. It started with a group of CrossFit friends, right? They saw a need in their community for a clean, simple protein bar.
They didn't invent protein bars, though, did they?
Exactly. They didn't have a revolutionary product category, but they had laser focus, deep understanding of their market, and they committed to quality.
And they ended up selling for, what was it, hundreds of millions?
Try $600 million to Kellogg's. And it all came from recognizing a need within their niche and executing flawlessly. Proof you don't need a groundbreaking invention, just the right execution.
Okay, so we've found our customer, identified our gateway product, and validated the demand. Now, how do we actually launch this thing into the world?
This is where it gets really fun. Ryan has this concept he calls stacking the deck, building massive momentum before your product even goes live.
All right, stacking the deck. I'm intrigued. Give me the rundown. What does that look like?
It's all about building anticipation, excitement before anyone can even buy the thing. For example, Ryan talks about how he used this with his yoga mat business. Spent 8 weeks doing a pre-launch.
Okay, so to recap, we found our perfect customer, narrowed down that gateway product, even validated the market. But how do we make sure this launch is a smash hit?
Ryan's big on this idea of stacking the deck. Basically, creating massive momentum before your product even hits the shelves, digital or otherwise.
Yeah, we were getting into that. He used his yoga mat business as an example, right?
Exactly. He spent a full 8 weeks on this strategic pre-launch. Giveaways to get people talking, collabs with yoga influencers, building that email list of eager customers.
So by launch day, it's not just, hey, buy my thing. It's like a wave of excitement already building.
Exactly. That early buzz can be huge, especially on platforms like Amazon, where those initial sales get you more visibility. But there's more. Ryan's also a big believer in building a strong community online.
Right. Everyone's talking about community these days. What's his take on doing it right in a way that actually gets results?
He says, and this was eye-opening, even a small group, if they're highly engaged, beats having thousands of followers who don't really care.
It's a quality over quantity thing again.
100%.
Yeah.
It's about connection, belonging, a place where people feel heard and excited to support you. Speaking of support, Ryan shares this lesson he learned the hard way back with his sheer strength days. Turned $600 into some serious returns, but almost went bust because he wasn't ready for the demand.
Wait, 2 MUCH success, how's that even possible?
Ran out of inventory, underestimated how well it would do. So Ryan's a big advocate for having enough stock ready to go to capitalize on that launch momentum. Don't be afraid to scale up.
So let's say the launch goes great, sales are through the roof. Now we need to manage all that without burning ourselves out, right?
This is where it gets real for a lot of entrepreneurs. Ryan talks about the dopamine fluctuation. 1 minute you're on top of the world, the next you're hitting some roadblock, and it's emotionally draining.
Sounds intense. Any tips for riding those waves a little smoother?
Celebrate the wins, for sure. But equally important, have strategies for those inevitable dips. A good support system, mentors, other entrepreneurs who get it, even friends and family, that can be crucial.
It's about having people to lean on when things get tough. Now, here's something I wouldn't have thought of. More sales don't always equal more profit. How's that work?
Easy trap to fall into. Ryan almost made it himself. The temptation is to discount like crazy, to move product fast.
Sure, get that cash flow going.
But he realized, while it gets you short-term gains, it can actually hurt your brand in the long run. People start to see your product as less valuable.
So it's finding that balance between creating buzz and keeping your prices consistent with the value you're offering.
Exactly. Ryan's all about customer lifetime value. Building relationships is way more valuable than chasing one-time sales. His motto, kill them with kindness.
All right, killing them with kindness.
Yeah.
I got to know more about this. What's that look like in action?
It's going above and beyond. Surprising and delighting your customers. Handwritten notes, little gifts, even just responding to questions fast and with genuine care.
It's that human touch showing them you're not just some faceless company.
Exactly. Shifting from transactional to a relationship. Now, all this talk about loyal customers makes me think about building a real brand, not just selling a bunch of products.
Totally. What's Ryan's advice on making that leap?
He tells this story about one of his students, Jonathan, who started super niche, just selling makeup bags. Jonathan eventually realized he needed to define his company's mission, its purpose.
Like find the bigger why behind it all.
Right. So instead of just makeup bags, he shifted to organizing chaos.
Mm.
Way broader, right? This opened up all these new possibilities. Suitcases, closet organizers, all while staying true to that core mission.
That's amazing. So find that overarching theme and it can guide your growth. What other gems does Ryan have for building a $1 million brand?
He tackles a big fear for a lot of entrepreneurs, competition. He shares this insight from Tom Bilyeu, the Quest Bar's founder, who aptly sees competition as a good thing.
Wait, really? How so?
Bilyeu says it means you're onto something significant. The key is to keep innovating. The more you evolve, the more you stand out.
So don't be afraid to keep pushing the boundaries. Differentiate yourself.
Exactly. It goes back to momentum.
Mm,
The more you innovate, the more the market, even algorithms like on Amazon, will reward you.
love that. Any final inspiring words for our listeners?
Ryan tells this really cool story about cozy phones. The founder, Paul, was initially making headphones for kids, comfy, safe for little ears.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Well, his business unexpectedly blew up with a whole other group, families with autism and sensory processing differences.
Wow, so sometimes your perfect customer finds you.
Exactly. It proves that when you create something that solves a real problem and stay open to possibilities, amazing things happen.
This deep dive into 12 months to $1 million has been incredible. We've covered so much ground, from finding your perfect customer to launching strong, scaling smart, and building a lasting brand.
And remember, that $1 million, it's not the finish line, it's just the beginning. Building something you care about, that's the real reward.
So listeners, what's your story going to be? What impact will you make? Take what we've talked about, use it to fuel your own entrepreneurial dreams. Until next time, keep hustling.